once lumber's been cut out of a tree, of course, it is dripping wet. The moisture meter showed us that this lumber that we've got behind us is at about 45% moisture, so way up there. No way that that can be used in the shop. One really low-tech way that wood can be dried is with air drying. So Greg is here. He's going to kind of give us the lowdown on the air dry stack we've got in front of us.
Yeah, you've cut some nice lumber here. Now you're very anxious to get it used. You want to put it into a project, but you can't do it with the moisture you've got here right now. You've got a nice looking stack going here. You've stickered it about every 16 inches. That'll keep the wood flat while
So the
it's drying.
stickers are the 1x2s,
Yep.
separating each row.
Yep, that'll allow airflow in between the boards horizontally. You've also got separation between your boards, which is great. That allows plenty of airflow in this. You can air dry wood inside or out. You happen to be in a shed here. It's perfect. You've got a roof overhead. You haven't stacked a bunch of stuff in front of it. You don't need to cover it with a tarp. If you cover wood outside with a tarp, you're still trapping in that moisture. You need to bring that up. You're better off putting a hard surface on it and letting the rain come off of it.
We want to protect it from the elements, but airflow is key for air-dried wood to dry.
Airflow is absolute key. So you've got a great looking pile of wood here. You've coated your ends. That helps keep the ends from checking and losing moisture too quickly, because that's where you're going to have your splits and checks and cracks. So you've done a great job here getting this thing to this point. Now it's just a waiting game.
Now, one thing I've found in a building like this is that if I am concerned about getting enough airflow, it's not a bad idea to even locate a box fan here and just help push air. I'm in a little bit of a dead corner here in this building, so pushing a little bit of air over this pile is going to help keep that airflow a little bit more uniform. Now, last step, how do we cap this off here in the building?
We're going to definitely want to put more stickers across here and put a piece of plywood on top and then weight it with some cinder blocks. Anything you've got laying around to help keep these things flat. So as it dries, it's going to want to move. It's going to want to cup a little. You want to keep all that pressure down on the top pile. You'll usually see your top couple layers have a little excessive cup or twist if you don't weight them. You've got the weight of the pile on the lower layers, so you're in good shape down low. So definitely you want to weight the top few layers.
Well, you keep talking about weight here, so I'm going to ask you to give me a hand getting that heavy plywood and the cinder blocks on top of this pile. We'll finish this thing off.
Not a problem.
All right, what do you think?
I think you're going to have a great looking pile of wood. You should keep everything nice and flat. So
one thing I want to point out, we've got all those stickers dead in line with each other. That keeps the weight going right down one over the top of the next one. That's going to help keep her flat, huh?
Absolutely. If you don't have a straight pile now, it won't dry straight.
All right, well, that's good. Now we just sit back and wait.